ネオンのジャングル夜を飛び越えて画面の向こうから叫びがバズってるグライミーフランキー歯を見せて笑うGスポットは指先でチャートを切り裂くスマホの光が瞳に火をつけて今夜も始まるよ猿たちの配信準備はいいかって世界に投げてコインの波間を一緒に泳ぐんだアピアピぶち上げるライブジャンプジャンプ月まで届けワンツースリーで勝って打って笑って振り回る夜に未来をつかめアピアピ止まらないバイブス森の電波で夢を回せグレミーフランキーチースポットとクリプトの嵐を今巻き起こせ
Yo, how's it going, Guccione?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So, welcome to episode 10 of the Whatever Show. Just to warn you guys, TJ hasn't joined yet. We're not sure if he's going to, so we're going to start the interview with Guccione and see if he jumps in the second half. Otherwise, we'll just interview Guccione. And then also, G-Spot's unable to make it. He had something come up last minute, but he'll be back next week. So bear with me on the streaming this episode because I'm going to do the hosting and jumping between links and looking at questions. So I'll do my spiel here. So first off, if you'd like to be a guest on the Whatever Show sometime in the future, shoot a DM to me or G-Spot. We would love to see what people are building and set up interviews for the future. Here, Gucci, I'm going to mute you because there's a little echo. On our shows, we want to showcase the most talented artists and builders in Web3, especially those building on ApeChain and any other side. When people make decisions on where to choose, when people make decisions on where they choose to spend their time, attention, and money, it comes down to knowing and trusting the faces behind the projects. So on this show, we like to take a deep dive into our guests themselves and their origin stories. So the Whatever Show is for people to learn about how artists and founders in the space found success and how to get started building on ApeChain and any other side. So with that, I'd like to introduce our guest for today. We've got Guccione, award-winning photographer with work recognized in exhibitions around the world. He's the founder of the 100 Shots collection on ApeChain. And later, if he joins, we'll have TJ, the creator, who's a very skilled and well-known 2D artist in the Bored Ape ecosystem. So great. Guccione, you ready? He's got a little bit of internet lag here too. We'll turn off the... Sorry, I had you muted.
Yeah. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. So the first question I like to ask everybody, do you consider yourself an artist first, a developer first, or a founder first, and then why?
Oh, I mean, I don't have any connections to development, you know. I didn't do any type of developing or anything like that. So I would say artist. You know, art's been, I don't want to say big part of my life, but like in last, like, you know, especially last couple of years, especially in NFT space, I've been a collectioner first, you know, on a Tezos, and that's where I kind of saw and developed my style for, especially for digital art, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, that will be like the way I see myself right now, at least.
Artist first, I figured. So you said you got your start in the Tezos chain. Can you tell us about that?
Well, Tezos chain is like, I don't know much about chain itself, but I know a lot of artists from, like, let's say Russia Ukraine, Iran, and all over the world, Indonesia, all over the world, they use the Tezos. I don't know specifically why, but I don't know how I got introduced to it through the friend, and honestly, I mean, I like the prices. The art was very cheap, and there was so many good art and so many good artists that I just decided, like, let me try this out. I love the space. I mean, that was 2022, 2023. It was those 2 years when I was active there, and I don't know. I just liked it because they had a good marketplace. They have like good backup from that marketplace. They are constantly organized, like, exhibitions, open calls. They showcase artists on daily basis, monthly, weekly basis, and stuff like that. So, like I said, I decided first to collect, but then after a while, I turned into a, let's say, artist myself. When I started doing my photography.
Was that your start in Web3 or crypto in general, or were you doing stuff before that?
Oh no, no. I started doing crypto in 2016, end of 2016. But back then I didn't have, like, I created Twitter then. I think it was like November, October 2016, but I didn't know how Twitter works. I didn't know how to find anyone who does crypto. And yeah, NFT space came to me basically when a friend called me. He was like, "Bro, I just sold this picture for $240,000." Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, well, I didn't understand it back then. And he was like, "Yeah, it was this monkey, and I bought it for $8,000, and then now it's 204." And I'm like, "Bro, what is this place? Like, like, you send me the link. Where am I going? Like, stuff like that." So,
How do I get
that's
one of these
basic.
monkeys?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's when all the madness started. Basically, that was end of 2021, beginning of 2022. That's how I got in.
That sounds similar. I joined in 2017, and then right around like 2022, early 2022, found the NFT space. Probably in the same space as you, I imagine, because we're both deep into 10 KTF and Gucci Grill.
That's true. That's true. But listen, my start in NFT space was like, I didn't do crypto for a couple of years, and then I was like, okay, for NFTs, I need to buy Ethereum. Let me make a wallet. I went to a Gate.io, and I was like, oh, you already have a wallet. I was like, okay, let me do the password reset and stuff like that. So I opened my wallet, and there I have like $20,000, and I'm like,
What?
holy, like, there was this
From where?
that
What are you talking about?
there was this Theta token that I bought, and then they drop you like extra token on top, and all of that went up. Long story short, I transferred Ethereum. I create a MetaMask. I go to OpenSea, and I receive the email. Oh, like, here's your first NFT, from MetaMask. Click to claim here. So I clicked to claim, and that thing cost me like $4,500 because I lost a full Ethereum. So, so that
Jeez.
was my start in NFTs. That's when I immediately learned like how to move in the space. When it comes to security and all that.
Yeah. One F is a big lesson right at the beginning. Um, all right, I want to backtrack a little bit and talk about your artwork and like photography separate from the NFT space first. So I guess first, do you like to collect any collectibles or anything physical in real life? You might be having internet connection issues. Yo, did you hear me?
Yeah, is it good now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when it comes to collectibles, honestly, no. Nothing specific. But I don't know if that's considered collectibles, but I was into sneakers and stuff, like in the whole street type of,
Oh yeah,
Supreme, Cavs, and all of that stuff. So I was, let's say, collecting those. I still love the shoes and stuff like that. So before NFTs, that was the only thing that was, in a way, collectible for me.
I would definitely say it's a collectible. I think the shoe trading to NFT pipeline is a pretty big one. Um,
Yep.
okay. So when was the first time that you remembered taking a photo or creating art and then realizing you were going to take this seriously?
Well, with me, I wanted to do photography in 2015. That's when I bought my first camera. Because that's when I moved to USA, and you know, back where in Serbia, where I'm coming from, like we didn't have money for cameras and stuff like that. And so I bought my first camera. I didn't do any type of research because my mindset is like, oh, I'll figure it out. Couple shots, the screen was black, and I was like, okay, I'll deal with this thing some other time. Then basically, what, 8 years later, 7 years later, in 2022, end of summer, I decided to buy a camera, and then I took it to like a couple vacation spots that they went, and took some shots, and I sent it to friends of mine. Like, hey, what do you think? Like, I know it's not edited. I don't even know what editing is. I don't know how to do it. Is there a program? I have no idea. And a friend of mine was like, bro, you need to start an Instagram. And I'm like, bro, I'm not like influencer and or anything. I'm not gonna run Instagram and like, he's like, bro, just open it up, start it up. I'll explain it to you what to do, and So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll open it up. But then I also, on the other side, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I should probably learn how to edit. And then that's when I discovered like photography YouTube, which at that time was like very, very strong and popular. There was like basically beginning of the corona and all that stuff. So I will be watching like videos, I'll be watching videos around like 8 hours a day straight up for like 3 or 4 months, you know
And
and
what type of
then
videos?
like editing, shooting, gear wise. I mean, I already bought camera before it, but still, like, you wanna, it's like when you start a new thing, the whole new world opens up, and you wanna intake everything, so after a couple months of like, learning by YouTube, and teaching myself, I decided I was like, okay, it's time to start editing. How do
Sorry,
you
I
hear me now?
muted you and yeah, I muted you and unmuted for a second. It was glitching out, but I think I can hear you now.
Okay, okay, no problem. So
You're good.
basically, I was like, it was one of those New Year's resolution. I'm like, on January 1st, I'm starting up. So basically, January 2nd, 5 a.m., I was out in Chicago with a camera. It was like first time that I seriously like decided to go shoot and do something with it.
So, tell me, I got this post pulled up and it's consistent with what you said. January 2nd, 2023, you started photography. So, what was the photo of that you consider your first like photo that started your journey? And what type of camera was your first camera?
So a camera, I bought a Canon. I don't know why I was like, okay, it was the most familiar, brand to me. I don't know why in my head, like I remember all these people from my country, from Serbia, like older, nasty looking dudes. They always had like Nikon cameras. So I was like, I'm not buying that camera. So I bought Canon, which turns out to be good because Canon has like good like red and greens. Like they have best red and greens, and I like saturated darker type of photos. So those two colors really help with that. So I bought like basically Canon R6, and I had like a 50 millimeter lens and a 85, and that's what I started. And the second question was like, what about the photo?
Yeah, what was the first photo?
First photo, I mean, that day, so I went from 5 a.m. until like 12, until noon. So I took around 450 photos, something like that.
Nice.
It's just like I just got into a zone, and I was like kind of, because before, when I took my camera to vacations, I'm like, okay, this is a monument, I took a photo. Like, this I took like kind of like a tourist type of thing. But like after learning so much, and getting so much knowledge and seeing how other people shoot, like somehow everything clicked for me when I got out. And I got into a zone, the artist zone, and I was like, just I saw everything immediately. Like, this is a shot, this is a shot. Of course, of those 450 photos, like maybe like 30 was good. 50 were usable, but still, like I was pretty happy with it. And some of those photos are still in the collection of 100 shots.
Did any of those photos from the first day get featured anywhere? Just out of curiosity.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I don't think so. But there are like a couple good shots, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I want to pull something else up, so just give me a second here.
One of those first photos is the one that you have, with the building like black and white, the building like going basically in the middle of the photo with the fog on top.
Yeah, is that one in 100 shots too?
Yeah, yeah,
I can
yeah.
pull
You
it.
have it.
Okay, here before we pull up 100 shots, I wanted to pull up something else because you had mentioned photography YouTube, and I checked out your YouTube, and I think this is pretty cool. I hadn't seen anything like it. Um, so we had a video here, basically walking through the streets with you, taking street photography, and like it looks like you show the fully edited photo in the video alongside the shots that you're taking, which I think is really cool. So I wanted to ask you like what these videos were about, like how many you made, and kind of walk us through your process of photography as we can see it on screen here.
Yeah, well, basically, in one moment, I was like, okay, let me try the YouTube, and I don't know what to like. I was like, okay, it has to be certain. Like, I have to figure out what it have to like be if I want to run something. I don't just jump into stuff. So it's like, I don't want to talk about gear. Everyone is talking about the gear, but also like I don't have money, to buy new gear constantly and just talk about it and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna do POV shots, and I'm just gonna be posting it and see how it goes. I want to say I'm not done with it, with that channel yet. I didn't give up. But those videos have like I need to put like a little bit of intro in it to show my face. I need to appear a couple times in this POV, because just seeing someone with a camera, it's not interesting to the most of people. And also, with people who like you, they are not gonna connect that much with you if they don't see your face. It's like a natural, psychology of human behavior and stuff like that. So, but regardless of that, I wanted to have like a videos that I can show to people, because a lot of people ask me like, how do you shoot? What is your process? Do you stop and compose the shot and then wait, or do you
You're freezing up a little bit here. I'm gonna mute your
you
mic.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You were saying that people asking you what your process is like, and that's why you're
We
putting these
good?
videos together. Yeah, can you hear me? Yo, hello. I'm gonna kick you off and bring you back on. All right, give me like a minute here. All right. But yeah, I mean, I think these are pretty interesting. He's back.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear me? Give it a few minutes. Sorry about the technical difficulties. TJ just messaged me. He's not going to be able to join today. He's out sick, so we'll reschedule with him. Guccione, can you hear me?
Are we good now?
Yo, yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah, I don't
so
know
yeah,
what's the last thing you.
we were talking about basically you made these videos to show off the process. You said you think that you need to have yourself in the videos more to like appeal to people. I don't know. I'm wondering, did you like make this up, this style of video, or did you see other people doing these like point of view photography walkthroughs?
No, the people been doing those videos a lot, long before
Gotcha.
me. But I also saw by like the views and stuff that the videos that have like a person like, hey, today we're going here, we're gonna do this, that's than just shooting.
All right, I'm gonna pull the video off the screen here. And I'm gonna pull up your collection 100 shots. 1 second. Cool. All right. So we talked about how you discovered the Web3 space. It sounds like you found Bored Ape Yacht Club pretty early from your friend that flipped like 250,000 or something. Let's talk about your collection, 100 shots. So walk us through some of your favorite pieces here and like your photography style. Oh man, he's glitching up again. Okay, I'm gonna give him one more lap, and then if we keep having problems, we'll probably just have to call this one early and reschedule. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Yo. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I do. You hear me?
Yeah, I can. If it makes it better for your internet, you can turn off the video. I don't know if that'll affect it. But okay,
yeah,
so yeah.
try that. I don't know.
All right. Try talking. Sorry, bear with us for a second here. Okay, kicked him fully. We'll join one more time. If we got the same problem, I'll call the episode early. Unfortunately, just between TJ being sick and Guccione's internet and G Spot being unable to host. So sorry for the technical difficulties here. Well, while we wait, I'm just going to play the promotion for the show.
Get
All right, Guccione, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I do. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's broken up.
Hello,
Um,
hello.
I can hear you now. Cool. I found a bunch of comments I can go through if you disconnect again. So, I can tell us about the 100 Shots collection and some of your favorite pieces I can pull up.
Yeah, the 100 shots was collection I dropped on Ape Chain. It's my first time dropping a collection, and it's kind of tricky in this space to as an artist, especially especially as a photographer. Like, how can you make something that's gonna be interesting for everyone? So I decided on 100 photos, which I think like 30 or 40 of them were like featured, and they were like they were featured, exhibited, and in a way, I wanted to give out to people like good stacked photos that I think are my 100 best. I could have made like 1,000 as well, but I didn't want anyone to feel like, oh, this is it's not bad, whatever. I wanted everyone to be kind of happy with what they get, which from the feedback at the time that I got, I think everyone was pretty happy with what they got.
Do you have any favorites?
Oh, it's hard. In a way, it's hard. I mean, it's also what I forgot to mention. So, for instance, that green one in the middle that you're looking at, that's the photo that I also got when I got out on the street for the first time. And
This is it.
uh,
Nice.
no, no, no. I think it was one before. Go scroll up. It's like a windows, dark green walls. It's like a building.
This one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of hard to have favorites, because one is from Chicago. Like one part of collection is from Chicago, one part is from Serbia, one part is from Florida. So there are a
The
couple from
Miami
Nashville.
Beach.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's Miami
Hell
Beach
yeah.
right there. So I'm like, I honestly like all of them. It's hard to pick one.
I'll pull up a few. Is this Chicago one? Was this one the one that was featured?
No, no, Chicago one. That was like my first drop on Ape Chain. That was like only addition of 10, and that was kind of my way to see how people are gonna react to photography and all that. I think you have a link there in that group that you can pull up that photo. But yeah, that's the photo that kind of
Oh, I found it.
got me. Yeah, that's the photo that kind of gave me a feeling like, oh, you can do something with this, because that was my third time going out to shoot, and I was tagging all the places where I was what I was shooting, and then I get like a message from Chicago Theater, and I was kind of like, is this like a scam, or are these people coming at me on Instagram as well? Because Chicago Theater is like one of the most popular spots in Chicago, and there is so many videos of photographers taking photo of Chicago Theater. And for me, it was kind of surreal that I got this. They asked me if they can use that photo for their Instagram, which that was like a huge boost confidence for me. I was like, yeah, I'm that guy. I turned into Kanye West for a couple of weeks after receiving that message.
Guccione. Hell yeah. Happy for you. This is yeah, I mean I love your style. And speaking of, I'm gonna go back to the well, here's the photo he's talking about that was featured, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's
Um,
the one.
and then I'll pull back up the 100 Shots collection. Give me a second.
Yeah, and it's crazy with that photo. Like I said, I watched so many YouTubers that I learned from, like that show me some tips and tricks on photography, taking the photo of that theater and trying to get in, like to get feature or something, and none of them got it. And there is me, like only after 3 times going out, I got it. Like it's yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's a big sign you're going the right direction. Um, okay. So tell me about like the technical and like NFT side of launching the 100 Shots collection. Uh, like what platform did you use to launch it? Did you have any tools you can recommend to other photographers?
Well, I use the Blever or Believer, how some people say. And also I don't know if they're still around, but process with them was like super easy. I think I was DMing the most with Cos. He was the one who was helping the most, and basically it was just sending the photos to them. Like he was like make trades and stuff. I'm like, how can I make trades of, like, for instance, there's a train and there's a window. Like how, like, what trade. But it was super easy. They were like, tell us the price. This is the percentage that we're taking. At the time, it was like, let's say between 3 and 5%, whatever you give them. So I was like, okay, let's do 10. Whatever. And for someone who doesn't know anything about JSON files and stuff like that, which I find out after from Blue Eyed Queen, yeah, it was pretty easy process. Like I said, I just sent them the Google Docs with all the shots, numbers, and it was like, okay, guys, start now, end now. What was it, like, after a week you received the money, and basically that was it. And I have to say, like, I'm pretty also happy about how everything went, because the collection was like sold out in, I think it was like literally 2 or 3 seconds.
No way.
Which,
Congrats.
yeah, and it's like, bro, the people who launched anything anywhere, they know that's like day off launching. And also, like, in my head I was thinking, like, oh my god, if I cannot sell 100 photos, bro, like, what, I'm leaving NFT space. Like, no one is gonna see me. I'm kidding, of
And
course, but.
where else can you sell 100 photos though? I don't know. I mean, the NFT space is a good platform for digital art. We still got you there? Can you hear me? Guccione. Yo. Yo, can you hear me? Is your mic on? Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can. Good deal. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I mean, the storm is approaching, so that's why we're having technical difficulties right here.
Sorry about that. I'll try to speed along a little bit. So you said that 100 shots was your first NFT collection. How did you release photographs before that?
I did, like I said, I did like 10 editions of that Chicago theater on Ape Chain as well. I don't remember what's the name of that page, NFTs to me or something like that. And before that, I have something on Ethereum just when I started, but there wasn't it. I wasn't ready. Those photos were not the best. And thankfully I have a good friends, you one of them as well, that supported it since the beginning. So, I'm thankful for that as well. Um, but I think the good drops that happened to me was object.com. I dropped on Tezos, couple of editions. That got me exhibition in Rome, in Italy. That got me featured on their object.com page for a weekly artist, something like that. And it was going good, okay. But the problem that happened is when I started dropping on Tezos and when I became active as an artist there, then the ape, you call me and you were like, Guccione, Ape Chain, it's time. And you know that was it from Tesla's, you know.
You belong on Ape Chain, brother. But I'm glad you
I
answered the
appreciate
call.
bro. You know how I say, when Grimy calls, Guccione follows, whatever it is.
Tell us about this exhibit you had at Journey Galleries.
Oh, bro, that was also like, I mean, I'm not, I know I'm saying everything is crazy, but it is crazy. For
Yeah.
someone who does photography for 2.5 years at the time, basically. So I dropped the collection on Ape Chain. It was February, I think 2nd, 2025, and then what I did also, I forgot to mention the collection. I sent prints to people. Um, Only 3 people responded. One person didn't send me the address. Fifth person, I sent him the photo, and it was a problem with Bulgarian government. He couldn't receive the photo. I mean, and I have to say that thing cost me like $300, and they returned the photograph to me. But whatever.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we sorted out, me and the guy. He's also like he's also on Ape Chain. He's part of G's. He's supporter of G's on Ape and all that. But yeah, it was like middle of summer. All of a sudden, Journey Gallery was like, who should be exhibited and stuff, like recommend us someone. And my behavior on the timeline, it's not most logical or calculated. So I was like, bro, what do you mean who? Like, it's me, bro. I'm that guy. and then uh and then
And you
they
landed it.
just yeah, they just slide in my DMs like, hey, we're looking forward to it. But the craziest thing was, like, they were like, send us photos. We're gonna exhibit you, let's say, I think it was like May. Send us photos by 25th of April. And in my head, I was like, okay, I have to send photos on May 1st, you know. And then I just received the email like, hey, we didn't get your material. Like, good luck with your life, basically. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, he was,
Why did you think it was May 1st?
I don't know, maybe it's autism or something that. And then, but the worst case is that I connected also like Sleuth's guy with a Peke Lord. I connected him. I told him like, apply here. I told him he's gonna apply. He has good art. So I see all these people that I connected getting exhibited there, and I miss my shot. So I was like, this is not gonna happen. So every month, so for next month, basically for every Monday, I would send them the email, bro. It's time. You cannot, like, you're not gonna skip me. And then one day I just got response. They were like, oh, apologizing. There was an exchange of a management. Sorry for we didn't respond and stuff like that. And yeah, that's how I got it. And that's like a first gallery exhibition that I had, in my life. So I had to take it.
Tell us about some of your other greatest achievements or exhibitions. I've got a post here I can pull up
You said
with
other
like a list.
exhibitions.
Yeah, or achievements.
Well, one of the like, okay, other that I had, let's say I had in 2024, 2025, it was NFT NYC. 2025 also objects with One Love Art DAO. Those two worked together, and they did a.
You're cutting out a little bit again. All right, we're trucking through this. Got another 5 or 10 minutes. So Guccione will finish with the bad internet. All right, one more round. Thank you to everyone that's still watching. I know this one's a shit show, but we'll have it better. There he is. Hey. I want to play last week's show intro with Haifa and RFDZ and see if we can sort out the internet problems in the next couple, or it's the next minute here.
「ネオンのジャングル夜は飛び越えて」「画面の向こうから叫びがバズってる」「暗いにファンキー歯を見せて笑う」「G スポットは指先でチャートを切り裂く」「スマホの光が瞳に火をつけて」「今夜も始まるよ猿たちの配信」「準備はいいかって世界に投げて」「恋の波間を一緒に泳ぐんだ」「アビアビぶち上げろライブ」「ジャンプジャンプ月まで届け」「ワンツースリーで勝って打って笑って」「狂まない夜に未来をつかめ」「アビアビ止まらないバイバス」「森の電波で夢を回せ」「世界にフランキー G スポットとクリプトの嵐を今巻き起こせ」
Yo.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can. All right, cool. Let's start wrapping this up. But yeah, tell me about your other exhibitions and places your art has been shown. I've got the post pulled up on screen here so people can see some of it.
Oh yes. So I don't know if you heard. Did you hear me about NFT NYC and
Yeah,
those
just the
ones?
beginning of it.
Yeah. So NFT NYC 2024, 2025. Also in 2025, Object.com and One Art Love DAO. They exhibit my thing in Oculus in that mall in New York as well. Like I said, I got exhibition in Rome, Italy, Thessaloniki, Greece. I recently got exhibition in Chicago that was run by Monad Gallery. It was like a love letters to Chicago, so I did one of those ones. Um, Las Vegas, from Journey Gallery. NFT Paris. NFT Paris was an exhibition, but I had some people like giving out like a little postcards, to people with my photos, which got me like a couple contacts. People reach out on X. And then another side that it's not exhibitions, but those are features, like I said, Chicago Theater, Tribunal Tower, a residency in Chicago, Aqua Luxury Apartments, Intercontinental Chicago as well. Exhibited a couple of my photos. Renaissance Hotel, 360 Sky Room in Chicago as well. So, I'm pretty like happy with, and many more. I really don't remember all of them. That's what I made that list for myself, honestly. So I know if someone asks me, because I forget a lot of these ones, but each one is kind of surreal. I don't know if that's like, it's something in me that I feel like I always have to improve. And it's, I know I'm a good like photographer, but I still feel like I miss something, to be a little bit better. So each feature or exhibition like gives me that little boost and confirmation that I'm doing something good.
Definitely an impressive amount of exhibitions and awards for just having started a couple of years ago with the camera and a New Year's resolution. You still there, Guccione? I'm gonna ask one more question, wrap things up here. Well, looks like not because of the internet. But all right. Thanks for joining this episode. I'm gonna wrap it up early. Uh, yeah, G Spot will be back next week. He had something come up last minute, wasn't able to join. TJ's sick, so we're rescheduling him. And we went through Guccione's photography and his story here. Um, Yeah, but I guess he's got a storm coming, so he's got bad internet where he is. So, gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining the episode, and next week we'll uh, have an episode at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, streaming from other games XYZ and also G Spot's page. And again, if anyone else is interested in being a guest on the show, shoot me a DM or shoot a DM to G Spot. We got a Guccione for one last shot. Yo. Yo, can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Last question,
Sure.
because I just wrapped things up. Uh, basically, what advice do you have for someone that's just getting started in photography?
Um, the advice, like, never stop learning. You know, you always have to like keep like moving, keep learning new stuff because the art is always changing, and the people's tastes is also changing because we're surrounded by photography all over the internet and in social media and stuff like that. But like I said, always keep learning, and you're gonna improve. Yeah, and just start an account, start Instagram account, start posting because with public feedback you can grow more.
And then one follow-up question, if the internet lets you do it. Um, what advice do you have for photographers or artists that want to get into NFTs or Web3 and sell their work online?
Well, that one is a little bit more tricky because like you have to be open to criticism, which a lot of artists in general are not open to, and they can get hurt. You know, my first thing when I came to Ape Chain, like I got, I spoke. I think it was Chespi and Johnny Bitcoin, and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm thinking of this," and they were like, "Okay, let me see what you have. Oh, you have to do this. You have to do this. Get in a community." It's not easy, bro. Like you have to be in the community first, and then you can drop something. Because with artists in general, it's a little bit harder because it's just art, and a lot of people in the space want to make money, and that's just how it is. And when you come to them with a product that most likely is not gonna give them that 2x 3x, they can be a little bit hesitant. But if they get to know you a little bit better, it's gonna be easier to drop something because at the end of the day, all the artists are like how can I say, like when people invest in you, they in your art, they invest in you. I think
Exactly.
that's like so when they get to know you, when they get to know your personality, and I don't want to talk what I did on Ape Chain and all that stuff. People know. Then they're gonna support you. Thankfully, for my collection, I was lucky enough that Spotlight was happening at the time, Ape Chain Spotlight, where my collection was featured there as well, and then like that made my like the floor. So okay, I was selling collection for $20, 22 ape per photo. Floor doubled when I sold out the collection, but then when the spotlight came, that thing went to like 5 6x, and people were pretty happy
Nice.
about it. But the bigger compliment for me was like there were people like, oh, I don't care, I just want a photo, I just want to keep a photo. So to get back to your question, like, yeah, get to know the community, get people to know you, show some value, and you're gonna get support. That's the only tip that I have.
Well, thanks for the tips. And also, yeah, I mean, I love your photography. I personally have a NFT photography collection that I'm sure is not. I actually totally missed that this collection 5 or 6x because, like you said, I just have a photography collection um, that I don't really expect to go crazy in value because I'm interested in NFT art. I'd say you make up like 75% of them. I love your landscapes. Um, but yeah, so thanks for joining us on the show here. I know we had some technical difficulties, but I appreciate you coming in and helping us out. Um, and we'll be streaming again next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Guccione, I'll see you later. If you feel like turning your camera on for a second so people could see your face again, we turned it off just for internet reasons. But later, pull this up.
Thank you for
Thanks,
having me,
guys.
brother. I'll see you.
Of course. See you around. And we're going to play the intro video on the way up. See you guys next week.
ネオンのジャングル夜を飛び越えて画面の向こうから叫びがバズってるグライミーフランキー歯を見せて笑うGスポットは指先でチャートを切り裂くスマホの光が瞳に火をつけて